We're live.
We're live.
Well,
two of us are live.
Two of us are live.
You...
The other one's at home with a field. Yeah. Good afternoon. Welcome to another Toothless Nerd and Sub'r live stream.
Yeah.
Because Joe's not here, so I've changed the logo, so I'm in the crap.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
And let's see when Joe finds out.
She'll find out as soon as she wakes up. Hello, Build with Adrian. Hello, Kren. Hello, Roy Hat. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone that sent their regards to Joe on Twitter. She's been ill this week and she had a bit of a scare. Yesterday afternoon, the GP sent her to hospital out of an abundance of caution. Yeah. She sat in A&E all night, got to see a doctor at 8 o'clock this morning. That's from 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. They then sent her for a CAT scan or a CT scan. The results of that she didn't have to wait for, but the results were clear and they said, look, you're not going to die today, you can go home. So she's home now.
So she's at home resting in bed.
Yeah, absolutely knackered with two little puppies on her.
Yes.
On her puppies.
Well, we've been told to come and do the live stream.
Yeah, well, we were going to cancel it and then we thought, well, no, there's no reason to cancel it.
We don't like letting you guys down.
We'll just get on with it. So I'm going to see if my chat thing works.
Is your chat thing working? Hi, guys.
I'm going to go through some of these chats and it's coming up.
Hi, Roy.
We're going through the list. Yeah. I've got nothing better to do.
No?
Yeah, and thank you, Kren. As I said, everyone that sent their regards on Twitter, she's seen them. I believe she's answered some of them, but she'll be on radio silence at the moment because she's asleep, quite knackered. Yeah. So let's go for this cat set of the mice will play.
E-stim systems are in the house.
E-stim systems are in the house.
Yeah.
Star Wars stuff. Mm-hmm. with a brown sauce on it as well, but hopefully you'll not spot that. Yeah, she's home now. She's home. She's still not very well, but she's through the worst of it.
Hopefully she'll be with us next week.
Yeah, it'll teach you to go man down, won't it?
Yeah.
That's what you get. Good afternoon, Eastim, and hello, Red Toot. Hey, you see, they're all being nice to each other. That's what we like. We like that. So it's going to be a bit bitty this week because, as I said, Joe's been ill all week. We've been picking up the slack and making things work. So we have been busy, and busy's good.
Trying to get things out the door, trying to get things sorted for you guys.
Yeah, and, you know, it's nice. Another week out of the way, and we're back. And, yeah, hopefully she's better soon. Thank you, Timothy. We'll pass that on.
We will.
She'll be watching this when she wakes up.
Love the screen.
Love the screen behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see it because it's me. Next week we'll put the screen here.
Yeah, it's a Spam-O-Matic.
Yeah, the Spam-O-Matic 2000, whatever it is. I'll slide over there so you can read it.
Yeah, and we get to see what's in my playbag.
Yeah, later. You lot, no one has sent us a picture of their playbag. So we're improvising.
And so...
Well, the playbag she's got at the moment, she's made us order some purple ones. Yeah. So it's her favourite colour. So we have some purple ones coming as well.
Hi, Voltiana.
Bitty, as usual. We make Bitty look professional.
We do.
We're getting quite good at it.
We are.
And Voltiana's in the house as well. Can I get a little shout out for Mick? It was his birthday yesterday and he spent most of the excellent time, I believe, at Excel. Happy birthday, belated birthday, Mick. I'm not going to sing for you because that would be more of a punishment.
No. Hope you had a lovely day yesterday.
Yeah, quite the event, I believe.
Yeah.
So well done for surviving another year. And in the way things are going at the moment, that's a result.
Caroling E-stim Systems said they're sorry, forgot. We'll send for next week. Ooh, now that I'm going to be interested in seeing
so
that.
we have a few questions sent in. We've got no toy bag to go through.
No.
Well, none of your lots. We're going to go through hers, which is rather heavy and full.
It is.
And that's not the only one.
Oh.
I'm glad you had a good time, Mick. So that's good. So, good news.
Ooh.
We like good news.
We do like good news.
One of our really popular electrodes was the sound clamping glands electrode. And it was designed to hold a sound in so it doesn't get kicked out and it doesn't go in too deep. We're on to version 2. So we've taken that design, we've tweaked it, we've done all this to it, and we've made it better. We're doing it in 4 sizes now instead of 3. And the final 2 sizes arrived today. They're at home, so I've not got my eyes on, but we now have all 4 sizes in stock. The heads come in 3 different types. We do a head that clamps sounds up to 8mm. Yeah. One that does up to 12mm, and one specifically made for the E-stim Systems diamond plug because they're absolutely fantastic. And if you're new to sounding, go with those because it's shallow, it's safer, and it's a good way to get into it. We're also doing the heads in 3 different colours now. Yeah. So we're doing them in red, Calm down. Red, yellow and black.
Yeah.
And now we're going to show you them closer. Which is what she was jumping the gun. Go on then. Go on then. Right. I'm just going to sit here and sulk. That's it. Arms across.
As you can see, it's now black and...
Yeah, the lower ring used to be ABS, which is a very rigid material. So it would compress inwards, but struggled to go out.
As you can see, I'm flexing that quite.
TPU is a new material. And it's... Get me in there. Let me in there. It's really flexible and really, really good. So 4 sizes of this black lower ring. That only comes in black because that's a limitation of the material. But the heads, we do in 3 different types.
So here's 2 of the colours.
So that's the up to 12, which you can hardly see because it's black. Up to 8mm, and we haven't got one of the diamonds because I forgot to bring it in. But trust me, it'll hold and clamp the diamond electrode quite nicely. Here's one she's dropped several times. And again.
And again.
She's done it again. So that is the
like
up to 12mm head. And that is an E-stim Systems 10mm dipstick. And it's gone it wrong way. What's she like?
I don't use this because I'm not a boy. So...
You're not a boy.
So you just turn it and nip it.
The little screw is now made of brass, not nylon, which lasts a lot longer, and brass is a softer material than stainless steel, so it's not going to scratch your sounds. So put it in. You don't need to graunch it up. Just snug it up, and it'll hold your sounds perfectly well.
And no Voltiana, they do not come with spikes.
No, you've got to provide your own spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do spikes.
No.
So those are going to be hitting the site on Bank Holiday Monday. Now that's set myself a bit of a challenge. But now we've got all the different colours and all the different sizes, we can do some little product videos tomorrow and get a special page made on the shop. So they're going to be available. So 4 sizes, 3 colours, and 3 different options for the head.
30 odd different.
36 different combinations.
Wow.
Which we're mad.
Yeah.
But
talking of shopping,
they're really good. Well, before we talk about shopping, let's catch up with some chat.
Okay.
So E-stim Systems had their first play out in 15 years last weekend.
Wow.
And they went to Mac 2.
Not jealous or anything.
Not jealous much.
No.
Glad you enjoyed yourself. Back on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, they don't come with spikes. No. I need to put that in the sensor word.
Yeah.
So it takes spikes out and puts cupcakes in or something.
Yeah.
Or something nice.
And yes, we are nuts.
We are nuts. We are professional nutters.
It helps if you're mad if you work here.
So those have been in the pipeline for a long time now. People have been asking, when are you going to be back in stock? Well, the old ones are not back in stock.
No.
We're on to version 2 now.
So whatever, have we got any of the old ones left in stock?
We have, but we're not going to sell them again.
No.
We're going straight onto this one.
They're going in the museum.
They are much, much better. There's no point selling a product that isn't as good as the new one. Yeah. So there you go. That's what we're all about, continuous improvement. And we do listen to feedback.
We do, good or bad.
We can't incorporate all the feedback we get, but we do consider it. So keep them coming. And for next week, you lot, get the pictures of your boxes in. Oh, that sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not,
your play bags.
So if not, our head Stunt Cock's going to show his play bag next week.
I'm going to get my thing out next week and show you.
So if you don't want to see Stunt Cock's play bag,
you don't. I'm going to refresh the chat. Yeah. I say? We have more than one.
Yeah.
Look at that. We're up to date with the chat. Right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Move this away. Oh no! Before we move on, we're also. Yeah, you can see it in front of you. We're also providing these on their own with a piece of 6mm.
Yeah, so if you've also brought one of ours.
So if you've got the old version, you can replace the lower loop. But these are also great as electrodes you use as a monopole electrode. We supply them with a little black hairband.
Yeah.
So that can be used to put some pressure on. So if you grow and shrinker, it will maintain good contact with you as you grow.
I've heard it's very effective.
So upgrade path.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prusa, for that idea.
Yeah.
So we're not leaving the old guys out to dry.
Talking about shopping and spending money with us.
Hold on. Go through it, chat. You're not right. Get your things out.
What sort of live stream is this?
Because well, it's not that sort.
No.
Well, no. Naughty corner. We do have a little bedside box of fun.
Friend, I only whoop whoop.
I'm putting that up again. He's done it again. Look.
Did it again.
Screen. Terrible. Right, shall we see what's in her bag? I was going to say a box then. So come on then. Entertain us. This is one of them.
One of my play bags.
Yeah. we sell these, but we use them as well because they are really functional.
Okay. So on the top.
I'm talking.
Okay.
We've got purple ones coming as well now because she wanted purple.
So yeah.
So crack on. Go on.
Right now, this is.
We go close up. Forget. Oh, there you go.
This is something Stunt Cock and Joanne whipped up for me. And as you can see, it's a clamp.
I don't think people need that much explaining as to what it does.
Yeah. So that is one of my.
And Voltiana likes the idea of purple.
Yes.
Purple play bags. You can't beat purple play bags. So yeah, we don't sell those. That's just something we made.
Especially for me.
To keep her on her toes.
Yes, I always like to say it's a training implement.
It is, yeah, it's a training aid. Okay. So, are you going to bring that in front of this out of the way?
Yeah, this is just the first one.
Oh, God, so what we got in here? See, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. So, come on close, Cam, and go to...
This is just the first layer.
Right, what you got in there, then?
Okay, so I've got my flange.
Dave's seen a photo of that in use.
I know. Dave.
What are you, Dave?
With one of our nets.
They're looking at that camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't see it, but it's not off camera. So what's that then? It's a flange, isn't it?
It's a flange with one of our necks.
And you've got no idea where to hold it. That's
no. This is why Joanne does all this.
So yeah, nice flange with a modified neck.
Yeah.
Texture for her pleasure.
Yes.
So what we got next then?
No, this is the small one. So this is probably one of my favourite toys. And it's a small one from E-stim Systems.
I think E-stim Systems will like that as well.
Yeah.
And E-stim Systems did notice the sexy cables. There's some nice cables there.
Yeah.
What's the little red thing?
No.
Before you go on.
There's a story behind. As you know, I like nipple clamps.
Mm-hmm.
So
on that camera now.
So Stunt Cock.
It's all right. I put the big screen on so you can see what's going on. There you go.
There you go. So Stunt Cock just designed overnight some Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Nipple clamps.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we play Pac-Man and he bites my nips.
It's a jam jar opener.
It is. It's a jam jar opener.
Yeah. So anything else in there? Oh, you know what that is, don't you? I do. You don't.
It's a digital link
interface
cable.
And what's that used for?
I don't know. You use it. I just know it.
To connect the 2B to update firmware. Now, E-stim Systems have brought out a new firmware for the 2B. You need to be a member of their forum.
Yeah.
And then follow what you need to do on there, which is not onerous.
Yeah.
And you'll get access to the new stuff, the new firmware, which we're going to update ours tomorrow.
Yeah.
What else you got in there?
Lots of other cables.
Lots of cables. Don't take them out.
He likes his cables all neatly.
You've got to have neat cables.
Yeah.
Bird's nest.
So again, these are all E-stim Systems cables.
For the ladies.
For the ladies.
And Stampy Pants rant, no spikes. I do the Stampy Pant rants.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't do spikes, and especially with Joe not here.
Yeah.
You know, there's no pressure to bring the spikes out.
No.
And yeah, E-stim Systems are working on the firmware again.
Yeah.
So what we got in there? That's a red wire, isn't it? You don't know what it's got. It's a patch cable.
It's a patch cable.
And we use that. We can connect computer or whatever to the 2B and do audio, which we don't tend to do a lot. And we've been told off by E-stim Systems for not doing that. So
we have done it. See, we got the cable.
We got the cable, so we're going to start playing around with that sort of stuff.
Okay, so we've got some basic snap adapters
for other electrode types. Yeah.
So handy to have. And then I think some of your toys have leaked into my.
Oops.
These are actually Stunt Cock. So
they're camo, so it must be mine, aren't they? Yeah. And they're Electro-Stim Prestige loops.
Yeah. So I'm not going too much into them.
Voltiana music at E-stim. And yeah, E-stim Systems are always been told they never innovate or come up with new ideas.
Yeah. So let's go.
Same with all of us.
Yeah.
The problem with designing stuff and making stuff is it takes a long time, people.
Yes. From start to finish, it takes a hell of a long time.
Now we're getting into the interesting bits. What's going? I'm going over a camera. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! There you go. That's almost central and everything.
Yeah.
So what have you got in there then? Apart from too much kit.
So this is my one of my base. I've always got to have this, and it's the gel from E-stim.
That from where? From where?
From E-stim.
From watching?
I know.
That's not from E-stim.
I know. Sorry.
It's from E-stim Systems. It says it on the look there. No pebble. No, the pebble's at home.
The pebbles at
in
home.
a bedside drawer.
So we put my second favourite box.
And yeah, she borrowed that from my box because her pebbles at home and she forgot to bring it in.
Yeah, because it gets so much use. But I also love the 2B.
And the other one's in the van in a play bag. Another play bag.
Yeah.
Outside.
We have like 4 or 5 different of these bags which we take to clubs, and obviously it's all got mixed in. So
that's it's going to use what cable?
The red cable?
No, the digital link interface tomorrow.
Yeah.
The red cable, we might use a red cable tomorrow as well. Play your cards right.
I'm used to a lot of this being used on me.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's next?
We've got my E-bead.
She likes that.
As you know, it's one of my favourites from E-stim Systems.
Yep. And if we could stock those, we would sell them, but we can't because it's a special they did with Mr. S.
Yes.
So go on their website if you want one of them. Highly recommended. Very nice.
So this is my speculum, again by E-stim Systems.
What does that do?
Well, bit of medical play.
Simulates a duck looking at that.
We've had hours of fun with this, haven't we?
I would say nothing. But yeah, that's a fun bit of kit as well.
Yeah, we've had hours of fun with that.
That's bipolar.
Yeah.
What else you got?
We've got Joanne's new
nipple clamps in 2 different colours.
Yeah.
Why have we got different colours?
Because why does have one?
Oh yeah, left and right, I suppose.
Yeah, and probably they've got mixed up between the bags.
Yeah. Well, I think we tend to use some of the seconds kit and just cobble things together.
Yeah, so we have a lot of the
odds and sods, should we say?
As you know, I like a bit of nipple as well.
E-stim Systems sense a theme. And,
yes, I love.
And everyone else is sensing quack quack. With a flat battery. We have fresh batteries.
We do.
You got to have fresh batteries.
Okay.
What's that then?
Pussy shield from Joanne, another one of Joanne's great designs. It's very effective. So that goes between your clitoris, that goes in your vagina, and yeah.
And yeah.
It's very effective.
Well, there you have it, people. And yeah. That's pretty good. What else we got in there then? It's another chompy.
Oh, there's the other Pac-Man.
Yeah. I knew there was 2 of them. What else you got?
We've got some of Joanne's peg.
Nipple clamps again.
Well, these also can be good for other lips as well down below.
You have it on good authority.
Yeah.
It's great.
I didn't know how much stuff is in here. Again, Stunt Cock has decided.
E-stim Systems are talking about flat batteries, and I think they're talking about my van.
How did this end up in here, Stunt Cock?
Don't know. I probably ran out of room in my van.
We go to clubs, obviously, so we just shove all the stuff in.
Stuff gets thrown into bags.
And it's some of Stunt Cock's favourite.
Yeah,
loops.
6mm loops, a basic one, a tie-down one.
Yeah. And then, of course, you've got to have...
What's that then? What is it?
It's going to come to me in a minute.
It's at least them tri-phase cable.
I know.
Good bit of kit.
We've had hours of fun with this.
It's
hours
really
and hours
stiff,
and hours.
The only downside of it. But if you want to do tri-phase play, that's really good. And what I like about it is it comes...
Well, Tiana,
it terminates...
Some secretly a dom.
Maybe. No, it terminates with 4mm bananas, but they send you 4 to 2 adapters. So you can basically plug this into anything or combinations thereof. So you can use it with an internal bipolar electrode and a pad or a loop.
This is the first thing in my play bag.
That's
literally.
really, really useful.
I've also got some of Joe's cord locks.
Yeah.
Again, I think these have come in from
maybe
Stunt Cock's bag.
Well, you need spare batteries and you need cord locks and stuff.
And last but not least, to update our 2B, we also need...
Well, you don't need it, but that's got the Commander software and all the rest of it.
So this lives in here, so I know where to go for it.
Yeah, if you get one of them, you need one of them.
Yeah.
Good bit of kit.
So this is some of our just a tiny portion
It's
of our collection.
it's sub D. Are you sub D?
No, I'm sub R.
I think Voltiana's been hanging around with Dave on the typo thing.
Yeah.
With Karen. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the adapters are custom made for E-stim. They're really nice adapters. I like the way you branded them.
Yeah.
With the nice logos.
Yeah.
Because branding's quite good. Can't buy your openness regarding your lifestyle related to E-stim is to be admired. Or hunted down with a mob with pitchforks. That's the other option. Yeah, I mean, we enjoy doing this stuff.
So this is a tiny portion. I couldn't, if I showed you my full kit, we'd be here till this time next week.
Well, that's just the E-stim kit. Then you've got the BDSM kit as well.
Yeah.
So there's some spikes there.
Oh, there's lots of spikes.
Don't tell Voltiana.
They are really way to know E-stim design is just. This is what I play with.
Yeah.
So.
And E-stim systems are the same.
A very small portion of what I play
kit,
with.
Which is why they come up with really nice designs like that. The triple.
Which is also.
So again, for tri-face play.
If I put everything I wanted, I'd literally have a massive suitcase.
We'd need a wheelie suitcase.
Yeah.
A trolley. Supermarket shopping trolley. That's what we need.
That's what we
Paint
need.
it black.
So this is the sum of our play kit.
That, yeah. And we love it. Our full kit is called E-stim Systems HQ.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah, we have.
A couple of times now. Yeah. And one of the things I like about the E-stim Systems electrodes in particular is the quality of them. The designs they come up with are fantastic.
I mean, like my E-bead, it's been used
and cleaned.
God knows how many times, and it still looks as shiny and as new as the day it came out. It's just systems, basically.
Quality kit. The CNC machines that they use, I'd hate to think how much money they cost, but it's probably a small house.
I mean, even the wires, they're good quality. You can feel it.
Yeah. Which is why they give, I mean, on these, lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
You've got to be confident in your craftsmanship and your materials if you're doing that. So that's a...
Yeah, that's a tiny overview of my toy box.
That's one of the toy boxes. We might do one of mine next week. Unless you lot send us a picture. And then we'll keep my bag as a backup.
Yeah.
And we can always bring our Violet 1 play kit in as well.
Oh, would you be interested in seeing that? Because...
Let us know, because that's a lot of fun.
Again, that is another section. Our value, when we go to play events, it's like...
If we go to a play event, E-stim will do, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But it's not very visual.
So we like to take our Violet ones.
The Violet 1, especially in swingers clubs, is fantastic for scaring them senseless.
We have a joke when we go in and say, right, how many swingers
Yeah, it's like a revolving door in the dungeon.
Yeah.
My Mona keeps tarnishing. Well, the good thing about it is you can get some Scotch-Brite.
Yeah.
And buff it up again.
Yeah.
If you're boiling to clean your electrodes, aluminium will tarnish if you're boiling it. It's just one of those things. The tarnishing is actually rust, aluminium rust. And it can scrub off with Scotch-Brite. Yeah. Other brands are available.
No, I'm trying to remember where everything goes now.
Yeah, E-stim Systems asking what is using to clean it. Warm, soapy water. Which is great. But yeah, tarnishing.
Yeah.
It can also be the type of water you've got as well. Whether you've got hard or soft water can have a different effect. The tarnishing doesn't generally affect its performance.
Yeah.
Unless it's really, really bad and built up. But it can come off with some wet and dry paper or an emery cloth.
Yeah.
Scotch-Brite is what I'd use. So yeah, that's an insight into her little world. Yeah. Look at the grin on her face.
Into my kinky world.
Yeah, you think butter wouldn't melt.
And there's a side I don't show many people.
Dave's got hard water. The last obsequium, my wife was introduced to a violet wand, and lo, the dungeon was filled with the cries of "Ooh, it's stingy!"
Yeah.
"Ooh, no, stingy!"
Yeah.
Violet wands are incredible.
They are beautiful. Some of we got a tail feather. We like to take to dungeons, and we literally had sparks. But
it's a big ostrich feather, and it's got carbon fibre laced through
beautiful.
It for conductivity. And that's good. But what I like about the Violet One play is the smell of the ozone and the sounds and the sight of the sparks.
Don't use a Brillo pad as well, E-stim Systems.
Yeah, don't use Brillo because you can leave little bits of metal on there that are sharp and all the rest of it. And you shouldn't be using dissimilar metals as well. Tikapur R33 is nice while being harsh to infections. I presume that is a cleaning agent.
Yeah.
There's lots of different options for cleaning your stuff.
Yeah. But
the most important thing, though, is clean your stuff.
Yeah.
Don't leave it too long. Even if you're just wiping stuff down initially, but you need to be doing deep cleans on electrodes.
Yes. And we mean stripping them down.
Yeah, and the good thing about E-stim systems kit is you don't even need tools to do it.
No.
You can just put your thumb on the bolt that goes through the bottom, and the whole thing strips apart. Make sure you don't lose the little plastic thing in there.
The little hat, as I call it.
Top hat is what we call it, because that makes it a bipolar electrode. If you forget to refit that, you're basically wiring the top and the bottom together and creating a monopole electrode, which is an option if you want to do that, by the way. But just be aware there's a little plastic bit in there that you need to keep an eye on. As every attachment was tested, her ability to speak clearly was reduced, and her vocabulary grew less and less. We had a submissive in a dungeon the other week, last Friday, I believe. Yeah. And we've got a vintage Violet one from 1947, and it is a beast. Modern semiconductor-based ones, they'll do up to about 20,000 volts. This thing does up to 50,000 volts, and it is incredible. And she was taking it on 50,000 volts and asking, "Is there any more?" And it was amazing.
It was quite impressive, actually.
It was, very, very good. And Voltiana has been redacted again.
Voltiana.
I don't know what she's saying, but YouTube are like, Voltiana, naughty corner. Go, go over there with the spikes. In fact, no, you like the spikes. Go over there with the smooth bits. The smooth step. Kren, I do that with the remote. The R-piece for ultrasound cleaning. That's another option. Yeah. You get yourself a little ultrasound bath. And guess she likes it then, Kren. I've read that wine vinegar is good for cleaning aluminium. And spelling mistakes. Yeah. I regularly use a spiel chucker. Yeah. Because I can't even spell checker. I use a spiel chucker. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of different options. Yeah. But the big thing is, if you're using anything acidic like vinegar, is make sure you wash it off.
Make sure it's all washed off before you use it.
Any sort of cleaning agent, make sure you finish off with just water. And then make sure the thing's dry properly before you reassemble it, because you don't want any moisture inside there, because you can create current paths and all that sort of stuff. I think we're going to have to get our Violet wand in. Yeah. I'm quite proud of that. It cost me 850 quid like 5 years ago.
6 years ago.
They're about 1,800 quid now, so I'm glad I got that.
We brought it at the right time.
It's beautiful.
It's his pride and joy.
So I might bring that in next week if I remember. Yeah. So shall we do some questions? I got a button for that. In fact, no. What are you supposed to be doing?
Oh, what you stopped me doing?
What? Oh, you're in the wrong place now.
Yeah,
look.
whoop, whoop.
You got to take it the other way. You get an arrow in the head.
I can reach for it. Okay, so this week's discount code.
Do it.
Whoop, 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 whoop. So
worked.
this week it is E-stim Save 5.
I can see how you did that. You read it, didn't you? Off the screen. That's pretty good. So yeah, E-stim Save 5 in our 3 channels: eBay, Sex Machine Reviews.
You mean shops, not channels?
Yeah, sales channels. Come on, get with it. Influenza and stuff.
Influencers.
Yeah, and E-stim Emporium, which is our main one.
Yeah.
So yeah, E-stim system said alkalines will react with the aluminium.
Yes, they will. So just be careful when using anything acidic. Do not do Xmas, but I am looking at getting a tubing soon and personally getting a Mona.
Yep.
And
if we get a Mona or flange to experiment with, at least we'll have the power to drive the nipple clamps. Oh, the 2B has plenty of power. If you get the 2B, get the power adapter as well.
And get her a wand as well, Cran.
One of them. What she said. She'll thank you. Or she'll beat you to death with it. Yeah. You know, you've got the option with that.
I think she'll thank you.
Get the wand as well. Yeah. They are a really nice electrode. Yeah. Now, I've spoken to Electristim. I did it. See, it's contagious. E-stim systems about how they designed that. Yeah. And it took them a long, long time.
Well, as we know, when Joe's designed things, she's doing it years.
You've carried it in the room. Whoop, whoop. You're going to get Kren's wife all confused again. Yeah. Karen. So, yeah, that's really good. The other really nice new things from E-stim systems is the triple. Mm-hmm. That's a medium. There's a big difference between the medium and the small, so make sure you read the specs. and the electro rings, which we've got somewhere.
Probably
down there, but I can't show you because it's on something that's secret.
Ooh.
Joanne would skin me.
She would.
Yeah. I need to get my reading glasses on, and I demand to see the manager. Ooh, in a Karen voice.
He is the manager today.
You got that, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, we can get up to some fun. Yeah, I'm always Karen, especially at the weekends.
Yeah.
Larictius Snies, E-stim systems. I'd love to know what value fuse you should use when routing the stim signal for my disabled girlfriend. Hopefully E-stim system will answer that.
Yeah.
Medium is a nice size to use.
It is.
If you've got a long enough run up.
Yeah. And a lump hammer.
Lump hammer, yeah. Copious amounts of the lube.
Depends if I've been good or not.
Yeah, but they are a really nice option. Depending, but make sure you read.
And I also like
sizes.
that you get 3 electrodes in one. So if you don't want to use all 3, you can just use 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
So you can have lots of fun with that.
And the beauty of that is that strips down.
Yeah, just like the
just
one
like
does.
everything else. The ones do. A little bit more to stripping it down. You got to pay attention when you put it back together.
Yes,
but all the E-stim system stuff, apart from the ones with cables like the eggs and the EVs, you can strip down for a deep clean, which is fantastic.
And yes, Dave, it is very filling.
I'll put that up on screen. Normal fuses won't work fast enough to react. That would be very filling.
It is very filling.
It's a bit too filling.
Vaginally, I've had it and it's very filling. So.
And she didn't even need a lump hammer.
No.
Not saying nothing though. So, should we do some questions?
Yeah.
I'm do me button.
Question time.
There we go. Question time. Let's do it.
Okay.
There's only 4.
The printer's still broken, so.
Well, it's not broken. I just couldn't be asked to set it up.
So this is in Stunt Cock's handwriting. And I believe Stunt Cock was the doctor in a previous life.
It was either me or a dying spider that had fallen into a pot of ink.
Yeah. Right. First question. If you had to choose between internal electrodes and external electrodes, which would you choose?
So if you had to choose between internal and external electrodes, which would you choose? Over to you.
Internal.
Okay.
Because it would give me my G-spot stimulation, which, as you know,
requires copious cleaning afterwards.
Yeah.
For me, I'll go external because there's just more options for a guy. I mean, internal, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose one or the other, or I could only ever do one in the future or the other in the future, I'd go with external.
Personally, I like a mixture of both, but like you, if I had to pick between one,
so you go. Well,
yeah.
Internal, you've got twice the options.
Yeah. So
that's all I'm saying on that. So that's answered.
Yeah. Right. What adapter do I need to use a Mona with a Coyote?
The right one.
Right one.
Yeah.
Is it a 2 to 3.5?
Nope.
No, I was nearly there.
Right. The Coyote has 2.5mm sockets. So if you want to use like an E-stim Systems cable, you need an adapter that goes from 2.5 plug to 3.5 sockets.
Oh, I was nearly there.
If you just wanted to use, no, we haven't got a Mona because it's still not back, but large flow is the same size.
I'm performing tests on it.
Okay, for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Mona's and the E-stim Systems kit has a 4mm banana socket. The cables that come with the Coyote terminate in 2mm pins, the sort that you put into conductive rubber or a pad. So the cheapest way of doing it is get a 4mm, sorry, a 2mm to 4mm. So 2mm socket, 4mm plug to get in with it. But if you're using these, the best cable to use is the E-stim Systems right angle because it just makes it easy to sit down wearing it. So I would go with the right angle cable and then an adapter at the other end to go from 3.5 socket to 2.5 plug. Yeah. Other options are available. But those two would work.
Okay.
I'm okay. I'm always okay. Never right though, only half right, the other side's left.
Right. I get hot spots with my pads. How can I prevent it? It could be that you're allergic to the adhesive.
That is one option.
Your pads, so maybe try a different brand. It could be that you've got a little bit of hair on the area you're trying to stim. So shave.
Yep.
But don't apply it to freshly shaven skin.
No,
wait a day or so and then play.
Yep.
Maybe clean the pads. Make sure there's no skin cells on there. Dry skin.
Adhesion is a thing.
Adhesion.
Yeah. If your pads start curling up at the corners, that's where you're going to get your hot spots. Yeah. You can give old set of pads a new lease of life by washing them under some warm water to get rid of any oils or skill cells. But they are replaceable items, you know. They're not going to last forever. And if you start getting hot spots, it could be the fact that the glue is drying out. Yeah. And you're not getting that good contact with the skin. You can use tack gels to do that, but it's cheaper just to buy another set of pads. Yeah, buy them in bulk. Yeah. You know, they're very reasonably priced. We got some chat here. Oh, apparently you've got a wicked laugh and amazing smile. I think he's on about me.
Yeah.
No, it's me. All right, it's probably you. Yeah. Grump. How do we know when they're getting desperate with the broken inkjet? When instead of writing the 3D print the questions out.
We could do that.
We could do that.
That would be fun.
Yeah, at least you'd be able to read it.
And at least I'd be able to read it.
Yeah, I'll just sit down there with my blue pen and my screen there with the emails. I forgot to write them out this week. Which is the norm. You know, 10 minutes before we go live, we suddenly realise that pot's empty. That's what we should have done.
Yeah.
So hopefully that answers that one.
Right, last but not least.
No, last but definitely least.
Yeah. How long do conductive rubber loops last? How long's a piece of string? It depends on how you look after it. If you pull the rubber, it's going to break the carbon down, which is going to break the bonds down.
I'm off. You carry on. You're doing a cracking job.
Also, the lubricant, to make sure you're using a high quality water-based lubricant. You can also, to add a bit of life back into it, you can insert a little bit of wire in there as well. So yeah, how long is a piece of string basically?
What? Pudge over. There you go. So yeah, conductive rubber, again, like pads, doesn't last forever.
No.
The more you stretch it, the more you twist it and bend it and abuse it, that will shorten its lifespan, basically. So whenever we feed things through, things like anything, we use a push and pull technique. So we don't put it through and then just drag it through, because that is breaking down those bonds between the conductive elements. We will push and pull to minimise the stress on a conductive rubber.
And to make sure you get the longest out of your conductive rubber.
Conductive rubber, though, is one of those things, it breaks down over time, so you're going to need to replace it. We do sell it by the metre, or half metre lengths of the 8mm stuff. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why, if you're buying electrodes that are made of conductive rubber, like the Komodo from E-stim, it's not going to last forever. Yeah. Now, the good thing about it, though, is that you're not getting a lot of bending and stretching on that sort of electrode. But it is one of those things, it's going to break down over time. And if you ever use silicone lube with it, you're just going to kill it.
You must just chuck it straight in the bin.
Yeah. You know the problem with me doing this?
What?
I can't get to my mouse.
No?
So I'm off.
So he's off?
I'm off again.
So yeah.
This is going to get me fit.
So look after it. If you look after it, you'll get the longest you can out of it. Don't pull it, don't tug it. I feel like
Annika Rice. Stop the clock and find the clue.
Water-based lubricant, not insulated stuff.
Absolutely. Half twice its length.
Yeah.
And keep the wires on the carbon end, and if you discard the pad, you're in DIY, you can use a ferrule. Yeah. Some pads use a carbon trace. Yeah. Not a lot you can really do with that, apart from strip the outside off, wrap it around and use heat shrink. The ones that have the copper wire in, they're the ones to keep. Yeah. Cut the pad off and keep those little sections with the 2mm socket, because
they're going to come in handy.
As the riches have said, if you're a DIYer, you can do things with that, which is great.
How long is a piece of string?
The answer is from the middle to the end twice. Yeah. Yeah, can't bother up in the bite, technically. I change mine when the carbon starts to come out and cleaning it. Yeah. If you do a lot of work with conductive rubber,
you know when it's knackered.
You end up with some of the carbon coming off. On
you should say when I've been making electrodes, you'll see black all over my fingers.
Printer's fingers.
And that is literally just carbon.
Yeah, and what's for use in the house.
Hi, what's for you?
That is the same with most kit. Look after it. Yeah, the more care, you're going to get the more life. Yeah. Conductive rubber can last a surprising amount of time
if you look after it.
You look after it. Yeah, clean it with just warm soapy water.
Yeah.
Don't stretch it.
No.
That's the worst thing you can do.
And make sure it's dried before you put it away as well.
Yeah, it's like, well, any sort of electrode.
Yeah.
Look after E-stim kit by its very nature tends to be quite expensive.
Your screen's
So
about to go off.
I've done it again. I always do that. I forgot to reset my screen. It's been on all day and it's now gone. I'm going to power saving mode. Sodgers. You mean you're in the middle of a live stream? Your problem, not mine. Yeah. So that's going to disappear in a minute. So yeah, look after your kit.
Yeah. It's like any other your toy. Look after it and it'll look after you.
Clean it and look after it.
Yeah.
And clean it's good because it means when you get the urge, you can jump straight in. You're not having to take the crust
16
off.
in the room.
What are we doing with that many people watching us? 17 now. I think someone's actually gone out and come back in again.
I do.
Yeah, or they're jumping in that doorway.
Yeah.
So that's that. How long have we been doing this for anyway? 40 minutes without Joanne?
You've been listening to us for 40 minutes, probably on about...
They've got nothing better to do.
What's in my toy box?
That's when, yeah, they just want to look at your box.
He does. Don't you?
Regularly. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
The banana nose.
The
That's that
banana.
side, isn't it? The banana nose.
Banana.
So I think we've just about covered anything, unless anyone's got something from the floor.
Have you got any questions?
If not, we're off.
Yeah.
Mackie D's. We got Mackie D's?
Yeah.
Bit of Mackie D's
Sounds
tonight.
good to
We'll
me.
pick someone up and take it back to Joe.
And
then if she's asleep, it'd be a shame to let it go cold.
so we'll eat it.
Get in my belly.
I have been having to think
place.
about this. E-stim is not expensive. As you said, if you look after it, it will last you for ages. Out.
Yep. That's spot on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand.
Sorry about that.
Phone doesn't understand you, but I've got you, Kren.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Purchase price, especially if you're looking at the upper end stuff, like
The
this sort of
ones,
stuff,
yeah.
2B, that sort of thing. It's a big investment.
It is.
But over time, it's not a big investment because the more times you use it and enjoy yourself, that cost is being split
it's
up.
like,
And good kit lasts.
I mean, it's like my e-bead. I've lost count how many times I've used it.
That's because you're unconscious normally at the end of it.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
So if you reckon the price out of that, I'm probably paid for itself ages ago.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
buy quality kit,
It'll
it lasts a long time, so you're getting return on investment.
Yeah.
And the Richard Stein said, I actually prefer the carbon terminated pads to the wire terminated ones. Last style shutters, copper covered aluminium. Yeah, horrible to solder to. Yeah.
Yeah.
The carbon ones are really, really conductive. They're really good, but you've got to come up with a good way to attach them to whatever you're doing. Soldering is not an option with those. But if you're using a heat shrink, wrap it around, put some heat shrink, and have a physical contact, that works.
E-stim Systems have said, we have been saying this for years.
Yep.
It's lasts as long as your guarantee lasts.
Yeah. And Kren said, perhaps better to say it's a higher cost to enter the market because you need decent boxing electrodes.
Yeah.
So it's not cheap to get into, but it will last you ages. Yeah, and there are cheap ways in, and then you can upgrade.
Yeah.
So I will never say to someone, buy a 2B straight out of the box, or a 312, or an Axis, or whatever. Start with something cheap, because E-stim system might not be for you. It's not for everybody.
No.
Then upgrade. But when you do upgrade, just pay a little bit extra and go for some good kit.
Yeah. I mean, E-stim is like what gets one person off.
Yeah.
It's not going to get another person off.
No.
You know.
And you're paying...
Sure I understand.
See, my phone's lost the plot today. Me watch, sorry. It's one of those things, if you're buying from a reputable company, you're getting quality materials that are safe. You know what the materials
They've
are.
been tested.
Yeah, and it's going to last you.
And also, you pay for somebody's time to actually make these toys.
There's a lot of overheads.
You know,
yeah.
this is what people don't understand, is how much work goes into actually making
And that's
good
it.
toy.
E-stim systems, we've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
For as long as our guarantee lasts.
Yeah.
And E-stim will grow with your experiences.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep experimenting. Keep playing.
And
That's
I think
the thing.
your taste changes as well over time. When you first get into E-stim, you try to say it's a bit safer.
Yep.
And then when you think, oh, I'll try that. I'll try that.
The Riches
I'll
is coming
try
up
that.
with some good advice as well. Yeah. Ferrules are a really good way of connecting stuff.
Yeah.
You get a very good physical bond and you can attach it to something else. The heat shrink thing is if you haven't got any other options, like if you've got a metal loop, you can wrap it around, put some heat shrink on it, and you can get playing.
I mean, we've done that.
But there are better ways of doing it.
Yes.
We need to do an article with
We
all that
do.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And Carby, Electrostim have been around a while. Do you engage with you guys as E-stim systems do? I really enjoy seeing the collaboration between you guys. I feel Electrostim are missing out. There you go. The mullet's just gone down.
No, not really. We do obviously sell Electrostim's kit. Like we do E-stim Systems kit.
We talked to them.
We talk to them.
Yep. We are a stockist.
We are a stockist, kit. But
they don't tend to do a lot of work with social media influencers and all that sort of stuff.
Not
and
like,
if you look at their Twitter account.
Yeah. It's not been used for 3 years, what you saying?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very low key. They're not into pushing stuff. I think they sell a lot of their kit through distributors.
Yeah.
So rather than themselves, I mean, obviously they've got their own website and they sell stuff themselves, but they sell into the big chains. And I think that is the way they go through.
Yeah.
So we don't really have that sort of relationship with them. Whereas E-stim Systems, we're always bouncing ideas off them.
Yeah.
And they tune in to our live streams.
And our personalities match.
Yeah,
you know.
pretty much. We're into the same sort of thing. That.
Yeah.
And that. And the other stuff.
So,
yeah, I bought Electrum stuff by you guys. Shame they don't talk to you guys do. Yeah, they had lunch for them once.
Yeah.
We've seen them at trade shows and things. We have a chat. And we know the people face to face. They know us. But that's really it.
Yeah, it doesn't really go past work, does it?
They're
really?
a business acquaintance, I
yeah,
suppose.
That's it. I mean, E-stim Systems are just...
Yeah, they're just mad.
Yeah, mad like we are.
Barking.
So
mad as a bottle of chips and chocolate Five
So,
Guard.
yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, but they see some of their kit. I mean, we go on a lot about the E-stim Systems kit.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Electrum kit as well. But when we play...
It's always E-stim stuff.
It's not always, but majority of the time...
Yeah.
It's this sort of stuff you see behind us that we tend to play with. Control boxes, we've got a EM60E from, we've got an Axis from Electrostim. They're both great little boxes.
Fantastic boxes.
What I like about the Axis is the belt clip, because if you're doing mobile stimming in a club, that is really, really handy.
Yeah.
But it's like every control box, there's advantages and disadvantages to all of them. And you all develop your favourite.
You do.
And we can be quite tribal when it comes to a little community. But this is the stuff we regularly play with, which is why when we get my play box out as well, you'll see
a lot of E-stims.
They'll see there's some Electrostim stuff in there, but probably 70-80% of the kit in there is going to be E-stim Systems or ours.
Yeah, I mean, when Joanne asks me to do reviews for her, what involves E-stim kit or I don't do it on purpose, but I always review it against E-stim Systems stuff because I know it's just such high quality,
and you've used it a lot,
and
so
I've
you've got a
used
baseline.
it, so I've got a baseline for the equipment.
Yeah,
and we just love their stuff. They're just lovely people.
Larixius Knives, I prefer boxes with open specs and solid warranty.
Yeah,
a solid warranty is what you need in anything, and open, honest specs, and not promising stuff that they can't deliver.
I mean, anybody who gives a lifetime guarantee on their products must really believe in that product.
Yeah. And E-stim Systems they're fun.
Yeah, they are.
And their kit's good. They've got lots of things in the pipeline.
Yeah.
And, you know, if the stuff that they're working on is as good as the recent releases, these...
Yeah, how they're going to top it.
It's going to be good. And we'll talk to anyone.
Just not on Reddit.
Yeah, or Moss Isley. The centre of scum and villainy. So yeah, we get on with everybody. We're quite to get on with, but we get on with people better than other people.
Yeah. And what are we doing our free time is up to us.
Is our free time.
Yeah.
In which case we've got some free time in a minute.
Ooh.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for everybody tuning in today. Thank you for your well wishes for Jo.
I know that would mean a lot to her.
We will pass them on to her, and she'll play catch up and watch this later anyway, so she's going to see what you've all typed. So if you're mentioning spikes, there'll be a little tick in her book. She'll be like, yeah, Voltaire had a spikes tick.
Yeah. Do I have any
grumbles about the physical interface in the 2B? Which one from the 2B, I like the 2B interface because it's knobs. And with loopy fingers, I like knobs. I don't like using my phone screen to control something when you germs and stuff like that. Could it be done better? It might be, but it's functional. And because I've used the 2B so much, it's intuitive now. You know, I know that I can press that button 4 clicks and go straight back into something. Because you get to learn things. I mean, you're in a different, because you've also used it on yourself, but you've also used it on me. So you know the box inside out, really, don't you? So we're going to shoot a video soon of us actually updating our 2B. Because one of the questions we get the most is, how do you update your 2B? So we're going to do... The answer for that is go on the E-stim Systems YouTube channel and check out their video. They've got a really good video on how to do it.
And then we'll try and do our version. Our version.
Wish you well for us. Thank you. What's for you? And the riches. I don't like the button being used with timing. There's other ways of controlling things, but that's the way they've done it, and I can understand the reason from doing it. And it's one of those things. They are actively developing the firmware though, so how things work and how many knobs you've got to twiddle might change. So we'll see how that pans out. And E-stim says we always listen, but changes take time, and we don't want to leave customers behind. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's like when we're bringing this. Yeah, we're bringing an upgrade option as well, because we don't like leaving people behind, because we hate it. You know, you go and buy something, and then 2 months later the company brings out the new one, and you're like, well, I just bought this and now that's better. Yes, Mick, we help. Joanne is back next week as well. Thank you very much. She's in the best place now, which is at home with 2 dogs sat on her, cuddling at the desk. She knows that we'll take over. Her little fur babies, I'm quite open to beta testing firmware, and I'll give elaborate feedback. Get yourself onto the E-stim System forum. There's a section you can join for giving feedback and all that sort of stuff, and you'll have updates, or you'll have the opportunity to try beta firmware. Oh, thank you, mate. So that's it, and we've done a great job. Well, we haven't set fire at the studio. No, touch wood. Which is good. So I hope you've enjoyed that. We've enjoyed it. We're going to go and have McDonald's. I'm gobsmacked we managed to string it out this long. Right. Jo's going to be well impressed. She is, bless her. She won't be impressed with that logo, which is down there. I keep pointing the wrong way. Everything's backwards. Down there. Weird when you're watching yourself on camera. It is. So that's us for this week. We shall see you next week. And hopefully Joanne will be here, and she'll be able to publicly punish us for messing around this week. But we've had a lot of fun. Yeah. If you want us to feature your playback. Send us a picture. Give us some little notes. If you want to remain anonymous, let us know, and we'll not mention who you are. You know, if you want to join the wall of shame, though, like I have, she has, Dave has. We will. It's interesting to see other people's playbacks. I love to see it. What other people. So I'm nosy like that. So different nicknames are good. Yeah. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a great bank holiday weekend if you're in the UK. Yeah. Happy stimming. And on the 4th of July. May the 4th be with you. Yep. And I said 4th of July, didn't I? 4th of May. 4th of May. He's gone mad. So there you go. May the 4th be with you. 2.13 due next week. So thank you very much, everyone. Yeah. Stay safe. Play safe. We'll see you next week. Bye. Bye. Pressing the button. Doing it.